First step in you leveling up your first aid care and capabilities is going to be establishing and understanding what mindset and leadership are. Mindset is that thought process that you have, or the standard through which you evaluate decisions and take action in life. It guides you and your actions and your movement through life. Leadership being the initial step, or that first step, or more particularly guidance that you set for the people around you, the example you set for yourself and the people around you. Now, the reason why these two aspects are foundational and so important, and why we've established those as our first step in the 5 steps to leveling up your care, is that it's going to direct everything you have to do between identifying that first aid situation and getting that person or those people to a higher level of care, and ultimately affecting a better outcome. So the mindset for me, it basically comes down to prepare accordingly, or more concisely is proper prior preparation prevents poor performance. Now, that's from the military and the fire department. It's not my deal, but I've broken that down, and that my mindset statement, or my mindset, is that I will prepare accordingly as a father, husband, and a man, so that I do not fail the people around me, and that I ultimately lead and guide them to success. The reason why this is so important in a first aid situation is that with a minor first aid situation, probably not a big deal, but as we start to look at more moderate to severe to life-threatening first aid type situations, it becomes chaotic. Emotions rise, people are going in all different directions. There needs to be guidance and leadership, and that's really going to stem from how you've intentionally taken the time to seek out that education, equipment, and training, oriented yourself that I'm going to be part of the solution and not be part of the problem just standing around and filming it on my camera. So if you want to affect better outcomes, you want to level up your first aid, go ahead and take that mindset that I gave you. I will prepare accordingly, and then you just establish your position in life, whether it's a mom, dad, brother, sister, student, sports player, whatever it is. You just insert that in there. Will not fail my people because I will prepare accordingly. And when you take action on those things, that's ultimately leadership. And if you've taken the time to seek out that education and gather the equipment and be prepared for a first aid type situation, when that happens, like I said, the chaos rises, and you're not going to rise to the occasion if you haven't taken the time to prepare accordingly. You will fall to your greatest system. And if you don't have a foundation of education, equipment, and training, the call is going to go sideways. That person's going to remain in pain, probably further harm, and possibly lose their life. Therefore, it's imperative that you step up and you garner that education, you seek out that equipment and that training so that you can affect that better outcome. And when things are chaotic and you step in and you find your heart rate going up, you're breathing heavy, you don't quite know what to do, you can take a deep breath and rest assured that you've established your mindset. You've taken that time to prepare accordingly, take that deep breath, and then that leadership will start to come out. You start to take action on your education, your equipment, and training. You direct people. You call 911. You go get that first aid kit and AD. Hey, I know first aid. I can help you. That will bring the tension down. You're going to start taking action with your mindset, from your mindset, on your having prepared accordingly. It's going to bring all that tension down. You're going to start organizing things, and then you'll start establishing hands-on care, which we're going to get into on the next few videos. So the side to that is that if you don't take the time to establish a mindset and understand that and see why it's important to first aid, and if you don't take the time to understand what leadership is and take intentional actions to developing your leadership and seeking out those things, that education, equipment, and training, you're going to ultimately fail. And that's part of what I'm here to help you with, and that's part of me being a man and how I need to be paying my experiences forward to help you avert the pain and loss and regret that I've experienced, and that more specifically parents and family members have experienced by not being prepared for a first aid situation. Specifically, parents not prepared come in, their baby or their child's not breathing, and they don't know CPR. They call 911, we come in, and there's still no CPR being done. A lot of emotion, a lot of chaos, a lot of screaming. The baby ultimately dies, and it is going to bear on those parents for the rest of their life. And that's that regret, that's that pain that I want to help you avert, that I want to help calm, because when you establish that mindset, when you prepare accordingly, when you take leadership and action that's positive and based on established protocols or established first aid training, you know that you've stepped into that situation and you're doing the best you can. And you know that it's a standard, and you know that it's tested, tried, and true. And so regardless of the outcome, you will be able to look in that mirror and to look at yourself and know that you gave your best. And sometimes we can do everything to the best of our abilities, and it's just not enough. But if that is the outcome, and the outcome is the worst outcome possible, you can at least look yourself in the mirror and know that you did the best you could, which will avert that depression, it'll avert that regret and that pain, which only reverberates throughout your entire life, through all of your relationships. And it sucks, and it's hard. Those two parents I actually saw months later at the store. We made eye contact. I saw the dad, saw the mom, kind of looked at each other and just moved on. They recognized me, I recognized them. I remember from the hospital, I remember the call, I remember the mom screaming, I remember the dad and exactly what happened. And it wasn't good, obviously. But had they taken the time to get that training and to prepare accordingly for any type of first aid situation, they may have possibly changed the outcome of their child dying. And that's a pretty heavy burden to live with. So, on a better note here, step one, establish that mindset, establish the leadership, understand what they are, create that mindset statement for yourself so that when things get chaotic, you can take that breath, stand upon the system, fall to that system, take a breath, look around, get back up, and move forward in an intentional way. I have prepared accordingly as a husband, a father, and a man so that I will not fail and ultimately help the people around me succeed in life. Establish your mindset and your leadership. Give the video a thumbs up, hit the subscribe button, turn on your notifications. Please post a comment below for any improvements I can make, any gear you have questions on, any procedures you have questions about, and stand by for step 2 in leveling up your care and first aid. Have a great day.